These events and our wards throughout the city, and this being one, and we have them throughout all the 8 different wards of the city, we need the support of our local representatives on the Common Council. And I've served with this gentleman now, 2 years as a council person, him and I together, and now I'm going into my 7th year as mayor next year. And Tom Parisi has been the outspoken advocate for all of us here in the First Ward. He's worked tirelessly for all the great things that we have going on in the city, and he made it a point to work with me very closely to bring this event back to the city of Poughkeepsie. And in the city of Poughkeepsie, we're the only town city that has term limits. Everyone else in Dutchess County, there are no term limits, and so Tom is completing his 4th term, 8 years of service on the City of Poughkeepsie Common Council representing the First Ward. So I know this will be his last parade as councilman, but it certainly will not be his last parade. So Tom, I want to thank you for all of your hard work and accomplishments for the City of Poughkeepsie and for the First Ward, and for working with us in the Polish community here to bring this parade back to the city. So I'd like to invite you up now to say a few words.
I'm not Polish. My surname serves me as Italian. But today, I adopt the name Councilman Pulaski. Like the mayor says, I am going to miss you all, but I will be here every Pulaski day, and I hope that my predecessors will continue this wonderful event. You know, God must be Polish too, because for the 8 years that we've been doing this, we've had terrific weather, and it's been a beautiful turnout, and I want to thank you all for coming out here. Thank you. And I hope you all, after the ceremony, I hope you all can come back to the Italian Center and enjoy the rest of the celebration today with Polish music and dance. So thank you very much for coming out. And I may be gone for councilman, but I'm your friend here in the First Ward for a long time. Thank you.
Welcome to the annual General Casimir Pulaski Day at Poughkeepsie's Pulaski Park. It is a great honor for me as city historian to be here on such a historic day, honoring General Pulaski and participating in the official unveiling of the protective housing for the historic milestone marker for the original Albany Post Road. This historically significant stone marker, originally engraved 82 miles to New York, in honor to General Pulaski. He was born March 6, 1745, in Warsaw, Poland, was a Polish nobleman, soldier, and military commander who has been called the father of American cavalry. Following a recommendation by Benjamin Franklin, Pulaski emigrated to the American colonies on July 23, 1777, to help in the cause of the American Revolution. After his arrival, Pulaski wrote to George Washington and stated, "I came here where freedom is being defended, to serve it, and to live or die for it." Pulaski distinguished himself in numerous battles, most notably when he saved the life of General Washington. Pulaski became a brigadier general in the Continental Army and created the Pulaski Cavalry Legion. On October 9, 1779, at the Battle of Savannah, while leading a daring charge against the British forces, he was wounded and died 2 days later. In honor of Pulaski's brave exploits, numerous tributes have been erected, including a statue of him that stands in this Poughkeepsie Park, named in his honor. This statue was dedicated here on September 8, 1940, and the next day, the Poughkeepsie Eagle News reported the following. Hundreds stood wrapped in silence yesterday afternoon as American and Polish flags were slowly undraped from a bronze bust of the Great Wall, and climaxed the occasion with a parade, the unveiling ceremonies, and a banquet. The entire celebration was a tribute not only of the Polish people, but of every citizen of the city, for a man who died for an ideal that is intrinsic in the makeup of every American. This one fact was brought forth by the appearance of many notables of other than Polish extraction. Among them were Mrs. Franklin D. Roosevelt, Mayor Trout, and who once again paid tribute to the American ideals espoused when this monument was first dedicated in 1940, at the beginning of the war in Europe. That would bring the United States into World War II just 1 year later. We now pay tribute to all who have served our country in fighting for freedom, and today is a reminder of the sacrifices that have been made in so many different ways by millions of Americans in our history. With these feelings spoken, let me return to the historic significance of the mile marker 82. According to the Marist archives, these milestones or postal mile markings were erected according to the